All right, there it goes. Hey everybody, this is Furious Jodo finally doing another solo cast here from StarCraft 2. I was planning on finishing off the IEM from Cologne, Germany. I did not end up doing that, and now those replays are kind of old enough, and they're on an older version of the game that I'm not gonna go ahead and finish that. I know I said I would, but it's been over a month since my last replay. Just didn't have time to really do it. So instead, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. So this first game is actually going to be between HuK and Murder at the IEM tournament in New York, and I'll just get that started to go. I do know the results of this game. There wasn't that many games. Well, I don't know the results of this specific game. I know the results of the match, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. We do have HuK spawning as the red Protoss in the bottom position here, and the map is Metalopolis. Big map, everybody's favorite Blizzard map. And the Murder is going to be the blue Terran over here on the left side. And I haven't checked my sound levels actually. Oh well, we'll have to check after the video. Murder is a player that I've heard of. I have seen him play a few times, but I don't recall his particular style at all. Everybody does know HuK. HuK usually known for being a pretty aggressive Protoss player, sending his scouting probe out now, going across the map there. Gonna be a while before he finds Murder because he went the other direction. And nothing happening yet. Interesting supply depot position. Maybe watching for like a proxy pylon there? I don't know. Usually you see players kind of build it in their mineral line. It's a little easier to protect, and also I think it allows them to kind of bottleneck enemy troops. Alright, HuK scouting going again. Still haven't seen a scout out for Murder here. Gateway going down on, it looks like, yeah, right about 14. Barracks going down. That was like, I think, a 13 Rex. Ooh, the scouts may meet. And chest bump or handshake? Chest bump, yeah! Alright, so... And HuK just positioning some pylons around his base. You really want to have these pylons in kind of a place where you're going to get good vision. So this will allow him to kind of see this middle area. He'll be able to tell if there's like marauders doing a straight line. Though most players aren't going to do like a straight down the line and around the corner. Most players will go down, move up into the gold, and then down and around. This allows you to kind of surprise your opponent if they don't see you coming. And also you're at a better position. If you go straight down here, you're just going to get shot. If he has stalkers or sentries, you're just going to give him free shots basically from this ramp here. Or not ramp, but ledge. And Mule's going down for Murder. Supply depots, another barracks going down. Cyber Core is halfway done for HuK here. I'm now getting a message, and actually, I'm gonna mark myself busy. So, where was I? Sorry about that. Another pylon going down, getting some space out. Murder is gonna get a scout in here and see exactly what is going on inside of HuK's base. And HuK is just going to chase him around with the Zealot. Zealot not going to catch the SCV, but it's enough to make it so you have to pay attention to the SCV. And HuK's probe just actually sitting out here. And what did he see? Okay, he just did a quick poke in. So he's just hanging out here. He may go in for another scout in just a moment. We'll see. Murder doing a good job keeping this SCV alive, but there is a stalker out, so it won't survive much longer. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Looks like a AFK probe there for HuK, but he found it. Reactor going down on this barracks. It looks like we're going to see Marine Marauder. Pretty standard. Nothing... no further tech yet other than the factory, but it doesn't look like he's in a super rush to get something like a starport out. Another gateway going down here for HuK, and he actually does have a Stargate on the way. I'm curious to see. I don't know that we'll see Void Rays, but we'll see. I kind of expect more, maybe like Phoenix play these days. You don't see as many Void Rays out in the early game, but we'll see what HuK can come up with. Quick glance at the unit tabs: 2 Zealots and a Stalker versus 3 Marauders and a Marine. If Murder were to push out, he could do a little bit of damage at this point, but at the same time, HuK would be able to get some units out. He does have Warp Gate tech about to complete. Ooh, and it is a Void Ray, actually. Chrono boosting that Void Ray. I wonder if we'll see him sneak out with just the one, or maybe wait till he gets 2 or 3 before he goes down. One Void Ray, it can be early, can do a lot of damage depending on the composition of your opponent's base, but at the same time, it won't do all that much damage, whereas 2 or 3 will probably do quite a bit of damage, but it's also more likely that your opponent has some defenses out there, so it's just kind of a trade-off. And a Robo Facility going down now for HuK, so it doesn't look like he's completely dedicated to these Void Rays. I think we'll probably see more of a transition into a more traditional Robo build. There is a Scouting Factory here, and it does spot the Void Ray, so HuK is not going to have surprise here. He is going to get full charge on that factory, though. Actually, is he going to let that happen? He's going to have like full charge going into his base. See if he can keep it. Ooh. Nice job by HuK keeping that charge. There are Marines there doing a little bit of poking and forth. Murder notices that these Void Rays are fully charged. So is HuK gonna back off here? Oh, and those Vikings are fast enough to catch up to the Void Rays, but he's not gonna commit to it. He's gonna get back to his Stalkers in time. So good little bit of damage, actually took out a barracks, took out the factory, and that is nice. It's gonna prevent him from building more starports right now, though he is getting an expansion built. Here comes some Vikings to poke in at the Void Rays. Oh, that Viking may go down here. Nope, almost, but gets away just barely. Expansion going down for HuK, so both players are setting up their expansions. A little bit of an attack from HuK, did some damage, slowed down the production of Murder a bit. Not a tremendous amount. I think a barracks isn't too heavy there. No more unit real production for the most part, just a few zealots and some sentries. So HuK just setting up his macro game here, and he does have the robotics bay up now, so he is getting Colossus on the way. Void Ray, I don't know about sending that in, and actually, did he send both of them in? Looks like he lost that Void Ray over here. Sorry about that. Wasn't paying attention to the mini-map, which is a bad thing to do. Alright. So, more gateways going down. HuK's just setting up. He's going to get his big ball with Colossus, Stalker, Zealot. And he should, at this moment, I would say that he's at an advantage. It looks like Murder's setting up to do a bit of a drop here. With a full escort, even Marauders on the escort, on the ground. Not going to work out. Not going to be able to follow him all that well. But, you know, they appreciate it. Going right where the Stalkers are. One medevac goes down. That had almost completely full of units. Wow, that was really bad for Murder. And HuK really not threatened at all by that drop, but that was actually very, very costly for Murder. I think he had a full complement, like 4 Marines, 2 Marauders in that medevac. Maybe one of the Marauders had dropped, but that was not good for Murder. And there is a pylon up here for HuK. Looks like he's just setting that up for later. Not bad to have a pylon there. It not only allows you to warp in units later on, but it allows you to see when he gets this expansion, if he does. And looks like HuK's just going around the map. Kind of curious where... Okay, that probe is just checking things out. Just making sure that there's no secret expansion or anything. Secret expansions, or ninja expansions, whatever you want to call them, are very, very bad if you don't catch them. That's what took out Idra in the GSL, was a secret expansion that he just didn't scout. Looks like Murder is going to move out here. These medevacs don't have any units out here. I'm a little... I don't like when I don't see repairs happen. I mean, it looks like only one of the medevacs is really injured. But medevacs are pretty important to your Fireball, and they are a priority target. So he's going to move in here. HuK activating that Guardian Sheet. He is going to engage. Vikings going after the Colossus. I think one of the Colossus definitely goes down. The other one is doing okay, and he is going to push off this attack of Murder. Only lost the one Colossus. Ooh, this one is actually taking quite a bit of damage. HuK needs to make sure that he keeps that Colossus alive. Those are very expensive units. And Murder's actually doing better on this attack than I thought he would. HuK's forces are doing a little bit of damage, but Murder actually took out more than I thought. I say. Another Robo-Bay going down here, so he's going to start cranking these out very quickly. Getting a Forge to get that extra damage as well. And the statue is going down. Glad I caught that. Both players got their expansions pretty much completely up and running. Or it looks like HuK maybe just setting up for some Banshee defense. Maybe put some cannons around. Murder is moving out again here. There's nothing in any of these drop ships. And looks like their forces are actually going to meet in the middle here. I think Murder may come out on top of this, but depending on how HuK handles it, maybe some key force fields, he is going to at least push him back. I thought Murder actually had a pretty good chance in that fight, but I suppose he is afraid of those Colossus. And the scan going down. He knows what HuK has. Don't know what I'm saying. Colossus poking up to do damage. Taking out the add-ons is very, very smart. They're relatively cheap. You're not taking out a whole lot of money. What you're taking is time, and at the same time you're limiting his production capability, because if he's building an add-on, he can't build units out of that barracks where the add-on's building, and he wants that add-on and needs it for Marauders. But also if he wants to build another reactor, so yeah, another tech lab, so he does want to get Marauders out of that. So the time that this tech lab is building, which is only 30 seconds, is 30 seconds of no Marauders coming out of that barracks. Marauder, what's the build time on a Marauder actually? 30 seconds, so that's a Blood Marauder for an attack that really didn't cost him anything. Though this, the Colossus is getting focused by those Vikings. Oh, and he actually switched his target. There are 4 Colossus here. Lots of damage to this bio, but those Vikings are doing so much damage to the Colossus. Wow, I did not expect that many Colossus to go down. Thought the Stalkers would be able to get the Vikings out of there. And HuK is forced to kind of retreat here. Gonna go up to the Xel'Naga, get some vision. He does have more Colossus on the way. Another one just came out. He's setting up his 3rd expansion, so he's still in a pretty comfortable position. Just looking at the Harvester count, Murder is actually way ahead on Harvesters, 69 to 47. And he is only on the 2 bases, so Murder, when it comes time for that 3rd, is going to be able to saturate it very, very quickly. And look, HuK, not poking in. Thought it was poking in. How many Colossus on the field? We got 2 Colossus on the field. 2 more on the way, just about to finish. 1 finished, and the other one is a little bit behind. Ooh, there's a drop in the main by Murder. Nice little drop, doing some damage, catching these Colossus, which are awesome against ground armies, but not when they don't have backup. And he is going to lose some medevacs here, but that was actually a pretty productive drop for Murder, I think. He took out some Colossus, did a little bit of damage, took out a pylon, didn't supply block him, but got kind of close. And moving back, and that's actually, does he not notice that at all? Wow,
Ready to blunder.
That is interesting pylon placement. He actually does not see that, and it looks like HuK is moving out here, over here in the middle here, and actually, hold on just a second. I'm actually going to stop.